Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and we have got an interesting puzzle in front of us. It says it's Attack from Mars by DocLogic. Looks like we've got, this is like a spaceship or something like that, kind of crashing down in here or attacking these buildings or something like that. At least that's what I see. Let me know what you think down there, if you think anything different. But anyway, let's get into the rules of this thing. It looks like it's a fun puzzle, so I want to give it a go and see if we can get it solved. So, normal Sudoku. So every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. We've got German whispers, so digits on each green line have a difference of at least 5 to their neighbor. So these thick green lines are going to be our German whispers. So whatever this one is, this one will be at least 5 away from it, and so on and so forth down those lines. We've got thermos, so digits increase starting from the bulb. We've got a few thermos, so this one here, let's just use it as an example. This will be the lowest digit, this will be the highest digit, and we will increase between those two. Then we've got a palindrome, which is this line right here, and the digits along the gray line read the same from either end. So palindrome, these will be the same digits, these will be the same, these will be the same. Then we've got Kropki to round it out. So cells started by a white dot are consecutive. So these two will be consecutive, shush phone. And then black dots mean that the digits have a ratio of 2 to 1 or 1 to 2, or one of them is double the other. And then not all possible dots are given, so there's no negative constraint here. So with all that said, let's just jump in this one. Don't have too much more intro to go through, so let's get at it. Links in the description below. Let's have some fun. All right. Question's going to be, where the heck do we start? I think we start on this region here to start. First off, where does a 9 go? Has to go here. There has to also be a 1 in one of these. Now, I guess there also has to now be an 8 in one of those two, because we can't put 8s in any of these positions. Now, what does that tell us, if anything? Not a whole lot. Let's go over here for a second. These are 1, 2, 4, 8. You're not 1 or 8, so you will be a 2, 4 as well, because you are the same position on a palindrome. You're going to have to be a 3, 6 pair, because we know these will have 2s and 4s on them, which means this is a 3 or 6. Now, is there a restriction? There is. Yes, this cannot be a 3. Because if it is, this would have to be a 2 or a 4. We just said the 2 and the 4 go over here. This is a 6. This is a 3, which means you're a 3. You would be a 5 or a 7. Okay, let's keep moving from there. What is that, or what does any of this actually tell us, is the real question. Do we need to get ourselves onto one of these German whispers? Because I don't think we can do too much more with these. I guess we know there's a 2 in one of these guys as well. Because if you put a 1 here, obviously this is a 1, 2 pair. But if you put the 1 over here, this is a 1, 2 pair. I don't want to really mark those because this could be the 2. If that's the case, does that do anything for us? Let's think about that for a second. I don't know if I have an answer to that one. Yeah, not that I can think of. Can we get onto this line? Because if we think, let's think about this. Yeah, I think we might have something here. Let's think about this cell in particular. It's either going to be high or low. Don't know which one it is. What would happen if it was low? Because we just said these are a 1 and a 2. So this would have to either be a 3 or a 4. Well, it couldn't be a 4 because we can't put 2 9s. So it would be a 3 with an 8, 9 pair. This would be the 8, which means it would have to use the Kropki to get down to a 4. This would be the 9, but if this is a 4, this has to also be a 9. Okay. That means this can't ever be a low digit. Okay, so they are high. These are low. And let's run from there, see if we can get anything else going. That's not a 6. These can't have a 3 on them, so there will be a 2, so you aren't. The 9 says you can't be a 9, which means neither of you can be 4s. That doesn't quite tell us what goes on here, though. Now, we know there's a 2, but I don't think we can say if this is a 4, a 1, or a 2 at this stage. The 3 says you can't be a 3. Oh, wait, we have a 1 over here. This is 4. Duh. Just have to look at our information. Now we do know this is a 1-2 pair. Both of these are 9s because of that 4. That gave us quite a few 9s. Did it tell us anything about any of this other stuff? I don't think it actually did. Okay. What else can we do then? 1-2 pair. This is a 1 or a 2. I guess it means there's a 1 up here somewhere. Can't say the same about the 2 because this could be the 2 to go with the 1 down here. 3 has to be in one of these 2. Is that in any way useful? I don't think it is. Not that I can see. Let's see, what else do we have? You can't be a 3. Let's use the information we have. And what else? What can we now say? Good question. I don't think I know the answer to that. Now, do we need to get more going on for this guy, maybe? Because we don't have that same restriction. We don't have anything looking at a single cell there. So, that's a 1. That could be a 2 still. I wish we could determine which one of these was which. Oh, we can. Can we? Yeah, we can. The 2s can't go in any of these positions because we have the 1-2 pair looking into here, which means there is a 2 in one of these. This can't be a 1 or a 2 though, because if it's the 1, you have to put a 2 here, but you also have to put a 2 here. If it's a 2, you'd have to put a 1 here because you can't put the 4, but you also have to put a 1 over here. Yeah, this is the 1-2 pair here. That's good. That then paired with the 4 says this is a 3-6 pair. Now we can say the 2 can't go down here. So these are 1s and 2s. Is that helpful in any way, shape, or form? I don't quite know. But this 1-2 now does start to at least maybe reduce what you can be. Let's see if we can figure anything out with this guy now. Because if we can get onto this German whisper, we'll probably have some things that we can start to cross-reference through this puzzle. So this has to be from 2, 3, 4, 6s, and 8. Now, which ones are these are the same? Let's color these for a second so we can use that as information. This can never be a 2 because these have to be different groupings. If you put a 2 here, this is low and this is low. Oop, I didn't mean to do both of them. Do we have the same problem here? We do. Yeah, because if this is a 2, this is a 4, but then this can't be a 5, obviously, so it would be a 3. So again, these would be of the same grouping. Okay, so we get a tiny bit here, but not enough, I don't think. Unless we need to continue this process and see what comes out of it. Because currently this guy now could be 2, 3, 4, 7, or 9. Is that going to tell us anything? This can't be a 2 either. Because this would be a... oh no, that's not true. This could be a 2. This would be a 3 and a 6. That could be a 9, I'm guessing as well. Because if it goes 9, 8, 4, these would just be 1s, 2s, or 3s. Okay. I don't know that tells us a whole lot. I don't want to go into tons of different options up here. Let's see if there's something else we can find in this puzzle somewhere. I guess we can't rule 9s into some or out from anywhere, right? One of those 3. What I'd like to do is be able to get one of these situated as a 9 that can tell us something maybe about what's going on in this region, but I don't think that's gonna work for us. Okay, what else can we do? You can't ever be a 1, by the way, because that would force this to be a 2, and there has to be a 2 up here. You could be a 2, though, because this could be a 3. All right, what else can we do? Is there anything in here we can work with, maybe? I don't see anything else. Oh, this is not a 3. This is. Whether or not that's in any way helpful, I don't quite know. None of those are 3s, and you can't be a 3, but one of you 2 would be. Is that actually true? Yeah, one of these, well, that can't be a 3. Is it though? No, I guess it's not. I thought we were going to have something looking in here and forcing this to be a 3, but I don't think that's actually the case. Because it could be this one or one of these 2. That is the 3. And that should work. Okay. Let's see what else. Was there more we could have done with these 9s? Or maybe even the 3s? One of these will be a 3. None of those, none of those. It's not really telling me much as far as I can tell, I don't think. These 2 have to be of the same polarity, so they're either both high or low. Let's think about that. Is it possible for them to be low digits? Let's think about it. Well, we could never put a 4 in either one of those because of the 3, right? We can't go up to 5, 6, because again, these have to be the same. So that would force these to just be a 2. Yeah, that doesn't work. Because how would you bridge this gap between a 2 and a 3? You can't. Okay. These are then just high digits. So let's put those in, and all of these will be high. They're a high digit. You are a low digit. You can't be a 4. You can't be an 8 or a 6. And can we determine anything else about this? This can't be 6 or 9, first off. And, well, I guess maybe we just put the other digits in and see what happens, right? 1, 2, 3s and 4s, 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s. Get rid of this color. I don't really like it. There. Come on. Go away. Oh, that's better. Let's start seeing what options we've got here then. This can't be a 6. That must have to do something with this, right? 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 9, 8, 7. This can never be an 8. I guess that's maybe not 6, 7s, 8s, and 9s, though. So this is a 5 with a low digit. Okay, let's see if we can take this any further. You're not a 6. Okay, so we do have a 7, 8, 9. I just didn't finish our options here. This is 6, 3, 2. You are 1 because of the 6. That forces the 2 and the 1. Good. What else does that now say? Don't know. Because I don't think these guys are necessarily correlating back to anything. One of those will be a 3. And maybe now we can start doing something with this thermo. Yeah, I don't think we can do much more with this at the moment. Okay, let's start thinking about the thermo. Not 6, 7, can't go up to 7. 5, 6, can't be 6 again. This could be a 7. 5, 7, 8, and 7, 8, 9 are our options here. Does any of that work or tell us anything more? I guess one of these two is a 9 if we think about this guy now, so this can't be. So I think now that does kind of set this in motion, right? Because this is either going to be a 6 to a 7 or a 7 to an 8, so this can't ever be a 7. So this is going to have a 7 and an 8 on it, so you can't be an 8, you are. Where's the 7 go in this region? If we use that same logic, it goes here. 8 and 9. You can't be an 8. Neither can you. This is a 1, 2, 4, which means there's a 4 here and not there. This can't ever be a 2, because it'd be 2, 4, and go nowhere. So it's either 1, 2, 4, or 8, 4, 2. So this is never a 1. This just then is the 2, 4 pair. That's the better way to look at it. That's a 1, 2, 1. Don't know that that told us exactly what we needed either. Okay. 2, 4, 2, 4, 8. Okay. I was getting caught up in this again. I thought there was something more in it. I don't know that there is. You're not a 3, by the way. So these are a 4, 5 pair. Let's get into more of this stuff. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s. That's all that's left in this area. You can't be a 3. You can't be a 6. You can't be a 9 or an 8. Let's use Sudoku. You are 7, which means you are not 3 or 4, which means you are the 3 by our pencil mark, which means you are 3 and 6. Perfect. Now this can't be a 2, because we removed 3 as the option, so this is a 1, 2 pair. You're not a 4. Get those guys out of here. We have a 1, 2 pair. You are a 4, which means 8 and 2. Good. You're not 8. What else can we now say? Anything? Yes, you are the 8 because of that, which means you are 9 and you are 7. Good. Do we look at these guys next? Or is there something more obvious here? And the answer to that is I do not know. You're not a 7, by the way. Let's go here. We'll see what we can figure out. 3, 4, 5s, and 6s, right? You're not 4, you're not 6. You're never going to be a 3. You can't now ever be a 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. This can't be 4. Yeah, that's correct. I was making sure I've got all my information correct. Yeah, that can't be a 6. This is the 6. This is not a 5. So this is a 4, 5. This is the 3. You're not. So we've got 4s and 5s looking around. You can't be a 4. You never could be anyway. You can't be a 3. These are 1s, 2s, and 3s. This has to be the 3 because of the 1 and the 2. That means this is the 3. Good. That 4 says you are 4. If we get in the right mode, we can put that in there. All right. Now you're the 1, 2. So what are you guys? 4s and 5s? Okay. Good. We've got almost all of this kind of sorted out. Let's keep moving. This can't be a 6, so these are a 5, 7, 9 across the line. I don't think that tells us much. Can we say anything about these guys? 5s, 6s, 7s, and 8s. I guess we can just put them in and get rid of the things that can't be. Not super helpful, I don't think. What else can we do? What about you? Can't be 1s, 2s, 3s, or 4s. Could be 5, 6, 7. That's it. Not as helpful as I thought it would be. This is a 1-2 pair. That's not necessarily telling us what's what. Let's take a look through our Sudoku. I feel like we should have something in here we can work with. So where the heck are you? 1s. Where does a 1 go up here? Has to go here. Does that tell us anything more? Doesn't look like it. Let's try the 2s. One of these will be a 2. One of those, no. No, okay. What about the 3s? I think we're done with 3s, yeah. Let's try the 4s and see if we get anything out of them. One of those 2. There is a 4 on this. So that means this is a 4 or 5 pair, because we can't go down to 3. You're not 5. This is a 4 or 5. You're not a 5. You're a 4 or 5. You're not 5. Oop. This is a 6, 8, so you are the 7. You are the 5. That 7's going to come back and give us this 6. What are you 2 now? 7s and 8s, it looks like. Yeah, let's put those there. And you can't be a 5 anymore, so you are. It's all looking quite lovely. Let's see what else we've got here. I guess we're going to continue down the line of Sudoku. We might actually just get into our palindromes or our thermos up here at the top, but let's see if we can find some more easy digits to work with. Not 5, not 5, not 5 via palindrome. You can't ever be a 5, because we can't put anything lower than it here. I guess it just means that one of these 2 is. Which means one of these 2 is, but that doesn't again tell us too much, does it? Okay, let's keep moving. Try something else. 6s. This is not a 6. It just means one of those 2 is. Oh, here's a 7. Let's just put the 7 in. Duh. Okay, so now we've got that going. Let's see what these 2 digits are. They are 1 and something. 1 and what? 9. We can do that because we have the 1-2 pair. 9, 1. This becomes a 7. Those are not. Oh, wait, the 7 says 8, 7. What are these 2 digits? They are the 6 and the 9. Can't quite do those yet. You're a given, though. What are you? 5, looks like? Yeah. Okay. And I don't think we know enough about these, but that 5 is useful because it pushes it here. Now, this has to be the 2 because we have to put something lower than it. That's the 2. Get rid of the 5. That 5 is going to say 4, 5. Good. What are these 3 digits? We need to have 6, 8, 9. You're not 6 or 9. You are 8, which means you are the 6, you are the 9, 7, 9, 6, 8. You're a given 6. Appears to be. What are you 2? 4 and something else. 4 and 8. So we can put those 4, 8. These have to be a 5 and a 2. We can get back to there. This is the 2 and the 1. This then is a 4 or 5 going across. So this is the 5. This will be that 2, 4, 5, 4, 5, 5, and 4. Good. Now, we still only have a couple little things left over, so let's just see what we can see. The 9 says 6, 9. That 2 says this is the 1, 2, 1. Let's just finish these off, because we're pretty much done with this now. This is an 8. This is a 4. And this is a 2. There we go. You solved the puzzle. Solution is correct. Almost 500 solves in a week and a half. Pretty good. Yeah, fun puzzle. Really enjoyed that one. Good puzzle. Really took a while to find the little bit of logic. Getting onto this German Whisperer was a nice little start, but it didn't really seem to do too much until we worked out some of these other things and how they started to cross over on each other. So, and from there we moved on. So, really good puzzle. Really enjoyed that one. Hope you all did as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Have a great one.